Welcome, everybody. I am going to just do a quick overview of our 316 Fiduciary Services. I have one of my coworkers actually switching the slides for me, so you'll hear me announce when she needs to go on to the next one. So Sandy, if you could please advance. So 316 Fiduciary. A 316 Fiduciary is a service provider hired by an employer to help manage the day-to-day administration work for your 401k plan. We work with you as the plan sponsor to ensure that the plan is created and managed according to the criteria set forth by ERISA. As you know, and as Candace mentioned in her wonderful presentation, there are a lot of things that the plan sponsor is responsible for. What the 316 Fiduciary will do will help you as plan sponsor meet all those requirements that Candace mentioned. The notice delivery, the enrollment kits, determining eligibility. Did your test get done? Do you have a TPA that's actually, getting the work done? Just kind of helping you manage that process. The 316 Fiduciary works with the team members, your TPA or your financial advisor, to ensure that they're doing the job to help you meet the ERISA requirements of your plan. And if you could please advance. So who benefits from a 316 Fiduciary? Most of the time it's clients who are very busy running company and they have no time to focus on their retirement plan. They want a retirement plan. They want to offer that benefit to their employees, but their main focus is making sure their company succeeds. Clients who are concerned with compliance and fiduciary risk. By hiring a 316 Fiduciary, you now have somebody that's on your side, making sure that you're meeting your compliance and fiduciary responsibilities. The other clients that really do well with hiring a 316 Fiduciary is clients who have limited staff and need more help monitoring activities. Activities like payrolls, notices, eligibility, enrollments, working with their participants to make sure they know when they're eligible for a plan and what that plan means. Andy, you can advance now. We offer several different levels of fiduciary services. There's a premium and a base, and then a little side gig called governance. Governance is actually new to Definity. One of our prior companies offered that service, and I really love what it does for our clients. So the main services and the premium service provides, the Fiduciary Studio is named as your 316 administrator. We also confirm that summary plan descriptions and participant disclosures are sent out to participants timely. We monitor to make sure that your plans are amended and restated. As Candace mentioned, we are going through a 6-year restatement cycle right now. So your 316 Fiduciary Services will work with you to make sure that those restatements go out timely and are given to your participants. We conduct an annual review of your plan with you so that you know what happened during the year and what's going on. We also work with your TPA to make sure that your qualified domestic relations orders are accurate. We help them work with eligibility, notifying your employees when they're eligible. We manage your auto enroll program if you happen to have that in your plan. We review the work that the TPA does. We make sure that they calculated vesting correctly. They monitored your forfeitures and used your forfeitures. We'll look at your payrolls. As she mentioned, there's a timing requirement to get your deposits in for your plans. So we'll look at that periodically throughout the year just to make sure that everything is operating like it should. We'll monitor employer contributions. Candace mentioned that there's a deadline to get that money in. We'll be there to remind you that, hey, by the way, we don't see that contribution's made it in yet. Are you extended? Are you waiting for another deadline? We work with the plan sponsor to make sure these needs are met. We'll review participant distributions and loans. We'll sign your Form 5500 for you. We'll sign the Form 8955 for you. We'll review what your TPA has done as far as discrimination testing. As Candace mentioned, again, I had a lot with her. There's a lot of tests that your plan is required to pass. What we'll do is we'll just work with that TPA to make sure that all the tests have been run that apply to your plan and that they're documented so you have them for future should you ever need them. Some of the other things that we coordinate under this service is some optional services. We'll email out your distributions and your participant notices to your participants. We take that off of you. We can do emails, we can do mass mailings. We'll also monitor and have payrolls uploaded. So a lot of some of the administrative tasks, we're there for you to assist to make sure that you meet the needs of your plan. We do have a couple of handouts that have all this information on top of this presentation that I'm pretty sure Elke said they'll be available as well. That contains some more information than what's listed here. Andy, you can advance now. So basically, a 316 fiduciary handles administrative functions such as reporting and disclosure requirements. A vendor that serves as 316 is responsible for ensuring that the plan is created and managed according to the criteria set forth according to ERISA. We're there to work with you as the plan sponsor. So therefore, you're meeting all the requirements that you need to meet. The next thing goes on to saying our fiduciary duties may range from processing hardship withdrawals, creating and updating summary plan descriptions, sending participant notices and disclosures, and filing the Form 5500. Now, we work with you to make sure these things are met. There are clients that prefer to do their distributions. We customize a plan as your 316 fiduciary to make sure that the items that you want us to handle or that you want to handle are documented and accomplished throughout the year. And you can advance now. So who does what? There's so many parties involved in running a plan. You've got the plan sponsor, you're the main contact for your participants and your service providers. So you work with and have hired your financial advisor. You've hired the TPA Definity. You have hired possibly a distribution program. You have an HR person who maybe is uploading payrolls. So you kind of are the main go-to person internally. You're also, you're required to give us timely information along with the TPA so that we can make sure that things are done correctly. You're responsible with your financial advisor for any investment related requirements. And you're responsible for making those timely contributions unless you hire that outside with the TPA. Now, what the TPA does is they design the plan, they consult with you, they make sure that the eligibility requirements and what you want to give to your participants are there. They create the plan document notices. They do the annual administration. That includes your compliance testing. They create your Form 5500. They submit payroll files if you elect them to. And they process your participant withdrawals. And those withdrawals can be anything from loans to terminated withdrawals to insert withdrawals to hardships. So they are the ones that are actually doing the processing on those. I'm going to skip 316. We'll come back to that. What does your financial advisor do? You're a record keeper. They give you your participant education. They have a participant website generally so that your participants can log on and see their account balances and also project and offer a lot of investment tools for your participants. They handle the investment fund notice, and they have the administrative forms so that your participants can do activities like change funds, take a withdrawal, take a loan, any money movement within their plan. So what the 316 fiduciary does is kind of pull it all together. We'll be your main contact from the plan sponsor perspective. We may not always be the one doing the work, but we will be the one you can go to if you're not sure who should. We're co-fiduciary on administrative issues. We ensure that the plan documents are up to date. We work with your TPA and the document provider to make sure that those things are all up to date and done timely. We distribute notices. We work with providers that either email them out or hard copy mail them. We'll do either one, whichever you prefer. We'll review the annual administration for completeness. We'll make sure that that TPA that you hired, which is Definity, in our case, is documenting and saving all that discrimination information. Making sure that 5500 is filed timely. If it's on extension, making sure it needs to go on extension if you're waiting to have an audit on your plan. We'll sign the 5500 for you. Rather than tracing down a trustee to have to sign the form, we're able to sign on behalf of as 316 fiduciary. We'll monitor your payroll for processing. Make sure that's done timely within the 7 business days or whatever is dictated by the size of your plan. And we'll review participant withdrawals to make sure they meet the criteria as outlined in your plan document or for the participants' needs. You can advance the slide now, Sandy. We're at the end. So I don't know if there was a lot of information there. If anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer any at this point.
Oh, yes, we have questions, Emily. In
Love
fact, yeah, in fact, there is a question about how is Fiduciary 316 different from trustee services? Are they different? Just a little comparison. Could you give us an idea about how they might be different or they're similar?
There's a lot of overlap with the trustee services. Trustee services alone was how one of our prior companies, PPA, named their services. They named it Trustee Services. We've pulled a lot of the trustee services into our overall 316 product and relationship. So there's a lot of overlap. Off the top of my head, without having the service agreements in front of me, signing the 5500, signing on participant withdrawals, the trustee services from the prior company PPA also included the governance piece. So as you saw from that one slide, we broke out the premium services, basic services, and governance, and you can opt into whatever features you want.